Apply changes to individual or multiple cells in Excel by selecting them. You can select data cells using your mouse, your keyboard, or both at the same time. Once you know how to select cells, you can start performing other actions like moving or duplicating data. Now from my worksheet below, I notice that there are individual cells for each set of data. These cells are identified by the column and the row number that they're located in. In order to select a cell, you can select the cell with your mouse. Once the cell has been selected, you'll see a black outline around that cell. You'll also be able to identify the exact coordinates or cell reference for that particular cell by going up to the top left-hand corner, and you'll find your name box. Your name box will identify where you're at in your spreadsheet. So if you've selected a cell and you're not sure which cell you've selected, you'll be able to find that cell location in the top left-hand corner. Now, if you'd like to select multiple cells simultaneously with your mouse, you can do that as well. So I'm going to go up and select the cell B2, and I'm going to drag and select the cells within the columns and rows that I would like to select. This will enable you to select multiple cells simultaneously in which you can copy, move, or displace in another worksheet. Now, to select outside of a cell that you've selected, you can select outside, and you'll only have one single cell selected. Now, if you'd like to select an entire column or row, you can do that as well. If I'd like to select the entire column for column C, all I need to do is select the column header letter C, and once I select C, I can see that all of the contents below have been selected. You can do the same for your row. So if I go to the left-hand side and I choose the row number 5, I can quickly select the entire row. Now, if you'd like to select multiple rows and columns simultaneously, you can do that as well. So since I have row number 5 selected, I'm going to hold the Shift key on my keyboard, and I can go up or down to select the following rows. I'm going to select rows 5 through 10 by holding Shift, and I'm going to go down and choose row 10. And I can see automatically that all those rows have been selected. You can use the Shift key for column selection as well by going up to the top and choosing your first column. And once I've selected column C, I'm going to hold Shift with my keyboard, and I'm going to select columns C through F by selecting F. Once I've done this, I can quickly select all of those columns. Now, if you'd like to select all of the cells in your worksheet, you can go up to the top left-hand corner, and you'll see that you have a triangle pictured above your rows and to the left of your column headers. Once you select this icon, you'll automatically be able to select all the contents in your worksheet. Now, besides using your mouse to select columns, rows, and cells, you can also use keyboard shortcuts. So if I select outside of my column selection, if I'd like to find a particular cell reference, I can use the keyboard shortcut Control and the letter G. And once I select this keyboard shortcut, my Go-To window will open up. From the Go-To window, I can go down below and I can type in the exact reference of the cell that I would like to find. For example, if I'd like to find the cell C9, I can type that in and select Enter. Now I can see that the cell C9 has been selected directly within my worksheet. If you'd like to use keyboard shortcuts to select column and rows, you can do that as well. For example, again, if I'd like to select column C, I'm going to use a keyboard shortcut. To do this, I'm going to type in the keyboard shortcut Shift and Spacebar. Once I've done this, I can see that my entire column has been selected. If you'd like to select multiple columns simultaneously, after you've selected your column, you can select Shift on your keyboard and use your arrow keys found on your keyboard, left or right, to select your columns. You can do the same for your rows. So if I'd like to select an entire row, I'm first going to select outside of my cell selection. And to select an entire row, I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut Shift Spacebar. And once I've done this, I can hold the Shift key on my keyboard and use the up and down arrows to select multiple rows. As you can see, this is a quick way to select information without having to use your mouse. In order to deselect your cell range, you can select outside. So now you've seen how to select cells, rows, and columns within your worksheet in Excel.